Chris Level of Locked On Texas Tech. This Ross Dellenger report that comes out talks a lot about the House settlements going on right now and how there's the governor of Tennessee and legislatures in Tennessee who have said, hey, we've got your back. The United States government, we're going to help your student athletes and Sherman antitrust. And if they want to make money, they can make as much as they want. Then there's a new appointment alongside the NCAA of a second governing body for college sports, where this College Sports Commission can monitor NIL and set new rules. In the last week, we found out that conferences have gotten their heads together and decided, hey, what if we pass around this sheet of paper that when you sign it, you can no longer sue. And even if we are going against the United States government, against their wishes with NIL, against the Sherman antitrust or whatever it may be, you can't sue us or we'll kick you out of our conferences. Something about this just doesn't scream legal to me.
And there's probably a lawyer or many of them that will tell you just that. I think the people that are trying to corral this whole thing, and I think the people that are trying to run college athletics, whoever that is, okay, yeah. So we have commission, we have commissioners, we have the NCAA, we've got media folks with all these different ideas. This is a document, and this is an idea and a theory that they really initially floated back in February because they knew as soon as the House settlement was approved, there's going to be a lawyer or a team of them coming from all different directions saying, no, like you can't do this. You can't tell us what is market value on an NIL deal or whatever they would be poking at. This is just never going to stop. And so I think that this is how are you bound to this if you sign it? I mean, there's a lot of discussion about Tennessee, with their state law and I mean, would the SEC kick them out if they don't sign it? I don't know. That all seems far-fetched. I don't know how much a document like this is actually worth in a court system and how, because that's right. You're just waiving the right to sue, but you can't. I don't know. This is. I get the theory. The idea of it is smart because it's never going to stop, and somebody's trying to throw up a stop sign and say, please let us just give us some rules and keep it this way for a bit. And the litigation part of this is going, no. I mean, you're not. If I own a restaurant and I want my stud point guard to come down to my restaurant and I want to pay him $150,000 to sign autographs, and this House settlement is saying that's way too much. This isn't. Well, no, it's my restaurant. I get to deem what it's worth. Whatever you want to describe. And this is kind of what Tennessee is basically saying. We don't want to play by your rules. We want to be able to go way above and beyond the cap if that's what Tennessee wants to do. Tennessee helped them write the bill, in the state government. So interesting times.
No doubt. My biggest question, we've in my mind, we have already crossed the bridge into athletes or employees. We were formerly murky, blurry. Now we're there, especially with this idea that schools themselves will pay their athletes this $20 million per year going forward if all goes the way that many expect it to. With that in mind, what if Deloitte, who's actually in the thick of this, or KPMG, or the waste management service that's down the street from my house decided, hey, we want to pay you $1 million to go pick up garbage cans or to be a CPA, but we can't. There's a governing body, there's a college sports commission, but we can't. I just don't see how that's possible.
I'm with you. It doesn't. That goes against everything that this country is about, really. Sure. I mean, and I just. We have seen what market value is in recent weeks and months with the rules being what they were. And you're going to tell me you're going to put the toothpaste back in the tube and go, oh, it's a one-time deal, guys. We're going to go back to bags of cash under the table when $50,000 is a ton of money that you hand somebody at a McDonald's on the corner. Hey, meet me there, man. I got you, man. We'll see you at Auburn in the fall or whatever school we want to talk about. I don't buy it. And I think many people have questions about it, but I do understand that somebody is trying to get a hold of this thing and put some parameters in place so it somewhat levels it out and we're just not swerving all over the road here. Easier said than done, though.
Certainly. And the College Sports Commission is set in place to make this clear, to make it smooth, to have a governing body that's focused almost solely on NIL, and they don't seem to be getting there. Now the question to me turns to the NCAA. The question starts with, how do you get away with paying someone less when an employer wants to pay them more? Now it's the NCAA. Here's a quote from Dellenger. The NCAA is an association of its member schools. The same challenges of potential monopoly power and antitrust issues that the NCAA currently faces could easily transfer to a new, similarly structured organization. So if you leave the NCAA, the government's still going to rule over the next governing body. You can't escape the United States government here. They're going to have a hand in this somehow now. But how useful, you work in an athletic department, how useful is the NCAA to the SEC right now?
I think no help at all. There's no teeth there. And one thing I wonder too, there's going to be some other things that happen in this scope. Like I think you're going to go from 2 transfer portal windows to 1. I think that will calm a bit, may even lower the dollar figures being thrown around and things like that. If you remove the December window and you just so there's a few things that can be done structurally to kind of mitigate some of what people deem as a problem. But right now, because that's what Tennessee is basically. That's the bill. Is like, yeah, the NCAA, we're not playing by your rules anymore. Sorry. Like, what are you going to do? The problem is you've got 20 plus different state laws, and it's not nobody can get a grasp on like, okay, what's legal, what's not. You're just trying to get, simpatico here. Although, again, as I said before, easier said than done. It's just really, really tricky. And what sucks is, Drake, is that we all love the games. We all love this, but I just feel like these days we're talking way too much about antitrust, lawyers, settlements, and it just, when is it going to stop? And that's what this is, an attempt to throw up the stop sign and say, can we just hit pause? Can we get a timeout, please? Can we just get back to what we all want, which is competition, all that? But again, I don't know if we're going to get there or not.
I want to go back to Crabtree catching the touchdown. I want to go back to the simple era,
Well, sure. I mean, that's what all this is in place. You're trying to get advantages. You're trying to build state laws to try to compete in the fall or the spring or whatever it is. But, geez, man, it's just lawyers are the ones that are ultimately going to win here. Bottom line, billable hours, man. I'm telling you, retweet that. And that is who is winning.
20 years ago, just the catch, the upset, the Mike Leach, top 10. That's the beauty of college football that feels like it's slipping through our fingers because of the way that we're going. And like you said, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Coming up, Texas Tech, they're in win now mode, according to me. Locked on Big 12, Locked on Texas Tech crossover.